What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Storm Collectibles Injustice Gods Among Us Darkseid. And so here we have the Injustice Darkseid pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. Darkseid does come with 4 different head sculpts. We do get the stoic expression that he has on him right now. We do get a grimacing expression where he's gritting his teeth. We do get a yelling expression, which does look nice. Then we also do get a head with a teeth gritting expression with the Omega effects. And the Omega effects are removable, and you can attach the Omega beams onto this. And I think the Omega beams are done exceptionally well. Darkseid also does come with several sets of hands. We do get a pair of fists. We get a pair of style pose hands. We get a pair of splayed out open hands. And then we also do get flat chopping hands. Other than that, Darkseid here does not come with anything else. I don't know what more you would want to include with him. Maybe a mother box or two, but that's just me personally. With that out of the way, guys, let's actually move on to his details. And so here we have a closer look at the Injustice Darkseid. Now, Storm did label this as the Injustice Gods Among Us Darkseid. However, Darkseid didn't appear in the first Injustice game. He was an add-on DLC content for Injustice 2, but that doesn't mean that he's not a good figure. Objectively, he's very nice. There's a lot of things to like about this figure. Some things that are subjective, but overall, I think he is a very wonderful figure. Taking a look at that head sculpt, that is obviously Darkseid. I think Storm Collectibles nailed the look for Darkseid. Now, in Injustice 2, you do get customizable gear, which they did do base Darkseid. So if you just add him onto the game with no add-ons, this is pretty much what he looks like, and I think Storm Collectibles nailed the look. His head might be a little bit too small. I think it could be just a tiny bit bigger. But overall, I really do like it. It's done in this really nice metallic blue, and they painted his face wonderfully, especially those eyes. I think the eyes stand out the most just because of how menacing he looks. That beetle brow is done fantastically. And you can even see they added some dry brushing to his crown or helmet. You can see they did add the gunmetal part right here in the back, which is painted really nicely. There's no errors on it. They did add the dry brushing, and that's what I like about Darkseid's armor, is that there's a lot of dry brushing throughout it. Storm Collectibles nailed the look for Darkseid. As you can see, looking at his chest, you can see the stylized Omega symbol right here, which is painted gold. Really do like the metallic blue that he has. And he also has like a gunmetal. The gold looks nice. It's really clean. And then we also do have a metallic purple, which is right here in his collar. And you'll see that throughout his costume. They did a really good job just sculpting the detailing on Darkseid here. Taking a look on the back, I think mine does have a paint error right here. As you can see, that's not the way it's supposed to be. You don't really see it on this side, but you do have this really nice purple right here. We have some more gunmetal going throughout his armor, and that metallic purple once again showing through. So they did a really good job just sculpting his armor. Now, something I do like is that despite having the armor, there is articulation under here. He does have the same articulation that we've come to expect from Storm Collectibles. We'll get more onto that when we talk about his articulation, but for now, just know that this is a rubber overlay on top of a sculpted torso and sculpted abdomen. So if you want to remove this and have a shirtless Darkseid, be my guest. But having a look at his arms, I think Storm Collectibles did a very good job on the craggly rock body that is Darkseid. As you can see, it's done beautifully. It's so perfect in my opinion. They did a really nice job objectively sculpting it and painting it. When you think Darkseid, this is what you expect his torso to look like. And then we do get his gauntlets right here, which are done in the same metallic blue with some dry brushing added onto them. We have this really dark purple, almost navy blue gloves. I don't know if they're really purple or navy blue. They are coming off a little bit purple on camera. But yeah, just loving this. He even has a tassel right here in the front, and it has that gunmetal, the metallic blue, and the metallic purple just sculpted throughout it. Over here you can see that same metallic blue and the gunmetal right here. Although it's not really gunmetal, it's like a really dark metallic blue, but it does seem gunmetal. Taking a look at his pants here, you can see it is nicely textured. There's a lot of detailing on it. There's some smooth patches, some rough patches, even going down to his knees, which look really nice. On the inside, you can see some smoothness. And then we have some panel lining right here on the back, so they have done a fantastic job just sculpting Darkseid. We see his knee pad, which carries on that same metallic blue, and the dry brushing, so the distress marks on it look fantastic. Just look at how much effort went into this. It's dry brushed to perfection. It looks like it's worn metal, and I think Storm Collectibles did an amazing job just painting this. This was obviously done with a lot of care and effort into it. Taking a look at his feet, we continue on those armor plates, and then onto his toes, which do have some more distress marks painted on them. So overall, Darkseid here is fantastically painted. The detailing on him is superb, and there's really not much to dislike about the figure, unless objectively he's really nice. Subjectively, you might not like the costume, but objectively, they did a fantastic job on him. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Darkseid posing next to the Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Darkseid posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Darkseid posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we have the Storm Collectibles Darkseid posed next to the Mattel Collect and Connect Darkseid. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually run through his articulation really fast. Darkseid does utilize the Storm Collectibles articulation, so let's run through that really fast. We do have a barbell joint running from the head all the way down to about right here. This is where the dumbbell joint goes from the head to the torso, but we do get some nice movement. He can look up about that far, although it looks kind of strange seeing Darkseid look up. He can look down to about there. That's straight, so if we do move that, yeah, he does look down a decent amount. He can tilt his head side to side, really do like that. So we get a full range of movement on his head. Does swivel left and right, no problem. Arms are on ball sockets that go into the torso, so they do pivot back. They do pivot forward. But his armor and torso do get in the way. They are made of a softer rubber, so they will fight you a little bit. As you can see, it is pushing it back. Just be aware of that. Arms do go out to about right there on the hinge. Using the ball joint, you can get them all the way horizontal, so I do like that. They do a full 360, no issues there. We do have a bicep swivel, which works fine. Double bend in the elbow, going to 90 degrees, which is good considering how beefy of a figure he is. Moving on to his wrist, we do have the standard balls, the ball hinge joint, so we do have up and down movement on that ball hinge, or we can actually rotate that. Let's see if I can rotate it here. It is a little bit stiff, but we do get in and out movement if you do rotate it, so do be aware that it might be a little stiff on yours. Now for the torso here, like I said, he does utilize the same Storm Collectible. We have a ball joint right here in the torso, but he can crunch down to about right there. It's not a lot, but it is better than nothing. Crunching back, it is a little bit harder to find that joint, but he can arch back a little bit. You're mainly going to be using the ball joint down here for a lot of the movement, because he does crunch to about there, which is pretty good for a Darkseid. And then he arches back about that side. So being a beefy figure, that'll do. And we do get really nice movement on that ball joint. You can see he moves all the way around on that ball joint. So really nice movement there. Does rotate. So despite having this, we do get some articulation there, and it is a softer material, so it will bend to your wishes. His legs do kick forward to about there. They kick back about that far. They go very far back. I do like that. Out to the side. Better than most Spider-Man figures, so that is impressive. He does swivel at the thigh. We do have a double bend at the knee, but it only goes a little bit past 90. I really do wish that they did engineer this a little bit better so his knee could go back because it does seem like there could be a little bit more room there. No swivel right here in the foot, but we do have a hinge which does go back and forward. We do have forward-facing pin for rocker ankle, but as you can see, there's really not much room because it does clash into the sculpt. And then, of course, we do have a toe hinge. So overall, Darkseid here is sporting a decent amount of articulation and great accessories, and the detail on him is phenomenal. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get imposed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Storm Collectibles Darkseid posed for my final thoughts, and overall, this is another beautiful piece coming from Storm Collectibles. Now, subjectively, a lot of people might not like this armored design for Darkseid. I know there's a lot of people that prefer the more Jack Kirby-inspired Darkseid, which is like the DC Universe Classics figure. But overall, objectively speaking, this figure has a lot going for him. In terms of accessories, he comes with a really good amount. In terms of detail, I think it's spot on to the video game. This figure is packed to the brim with detail, and paint apps are phenomenal on him. The articulation is another thing I think he excels at that other Darkseid figures have failed in before. And he has a really great size to him. He's not overly massive that he's going to tower over everything, but at the same time, he's just big enough to be threatening on your shelf, and I think that's what a lot of people enjoy about this figure. Now, if you are looking for this Darkseid, he is still available on sites like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon. Unfortunately, you cannot get him from Storm Collectibles directly anymore, but all the other websites still have him available, and I honestly think that this figure is worth the pickup. If you are a fan of the Injustice franchise or just want a menacing Darkseid in your collection, this is one figure I think you should track down and add. Darkseid here will run you $100, and that is a tough pill to swallow, but with the amount of detail and paint that we get on him, and the fact that he is a completely unique sculpt, I think it's really worth it. Like I said, he's not everybody's cup of tea subjectively. There's some people that are going to say they don't like the armored Darkseid, but objectively speaking, this is a glorious piece to own. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other Storm Collectible videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly take a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.